guys, welcome
What's
again.
up, dude?
Now we're
What's going on?
episode 4, brothers. Man, hey, I tell you, we had a very good talk. The last one, I think we could have kept that one going for a little while, reminiscing on all the craziness, all that good stuff. So, hey, we just wanted to welcome everybody again back to Un Trio Talk. Back with my brothers, Mr. Nick Lopez out in West Texas, El Paso, and my brother, right, Nunie Rubio out there in New Braunfels area, and then of course me here in Dallas. But just wanted to welcome everybody back to Un Trio Talk. This one's going to be another solid one. This next coming couple of days, Nunie, we're going to be heading out back to West Texas. I've been in the industry 13 years, and I tell you, man, it's what we're about to do here in the next couple of days has been time in the making, you know. And this, the reason I enjoy it is because now I start thinking about the Un Trio Talk, right? When we're talking about how it really started back in Fort Stockton, and we really connected in a way where now look what we're doing. And so now these next couple of days, we're about to head out back West Texas and bring back years of what we've been doing here in the next week and a half. So I'm excited about it, man. Nunie, I know you're going to be heading out there in the next couple of days, man. So, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, we were just talking about our experiences when we first us three got together, right? You know, and how all that went down, and then what is it? Maybe a year later, I think. Yeah. Maybe a year later, all that hard work. Ay, Camila, we here, man. Give her some food. Give her something.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, are you trying to make her do a class that she don't want to do, man? Come on, man. You know she don't want. Exactly. Yeah, she's like, I don't want to do math again.
Yeah, no, I know. She's 3 years old and she doesn't know how to read yet. It's embarrassing. So I apologize for my daughter. It's she's embarrassing me in front of my friends. She doesn't know how to read. Man, she can't write.
She can't do calculus.
Yeah,
man.
There are definitely some people in Asian countries that are already doing that already, and in India, I'm sure. So, absolutely.
I graduated.
Exactly.
Still learning how to read.
38 years later, figuring it out.
Oh man, so this here next couple of days we're heading back to Fort Stockton. We were instructed to take our golf clubs. I'm just saying. And but yeah, we've had a whole our division black gold out there who have just, I mean, they've lit it up, you know, and it didn't take weeks, it didn't take months. I mean, it took years, right?
Yeah.
And so I mean, just let us know what are some of the people, or who are some of the people and individuals we're talking to? I mean,
so I know. So this is the thing that's exciting to me, because it's every time that we've gone, we've had our clients, we've had our associates that we've worked with, but we've actually been accepted and welcomed. Not even accepted, welcome. We're going to be talking to the precincts in Fort Stockton. Actually, the city of Fort Stockton itself, the county. Because I know in Fort Stockton, that's the main part of the county of Pecos County. We actually got into the hospital there in Fort Stockton. And then, of course, I think we even have a couple of business owners. And from my understanding, I know, Nunie, you're going to be even working with the Lions Club. We were able to get into the Lions Club there, too, as well. So what turned out to something that was going to be a 2-3 day event turned out that we're going to probably be there for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And we're bringing our artillery. I mean, me and my wife, we're heading that way, and y'all guys are heading from New Braunfels. We got our leaders there in Stockton. And then we were here con Un Trio. We were talking to Nick right now that keep your phone ready, because, we might need him to drive a couple of hours for some assistance and stuff. And at least for anything, we play some golf, right? But that's how impactful.
That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, we're playing some golf there, man.
There's a chance we might golf. Like, all right, cool, I'm in. Let me know.
But I tell you, that's been, cool. I know business, right? We'll see if business gets in the way. But that's been 13 years of persistency on it. And I know, Nick, we were talking about it whenever you were saying, like, because you've been in industry a while, right?
Yep.
And you've had your experience of what you've done and the milestones you hit, and then all of a sudden it skyrocketed, right?
Yeah.
And so we were kind of talking because again, it's West Texas. You know, I know Stockton and Odessa, Midland, and then you talk about El Paso, but it's all the same area. And I liked what you were talking about. That was really one of the main things on why things have changed. But share that, Mix. I think that was awesome the way you explained it and you talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, and so for those of you who don't know, we're talking about West Texas, so closer to New Mexico and to Mexico, on the kind of the tip of Texas, what we're talking about. And I'm Fort Stockton, Midland, Odessa are all West Texas, but I'm even further West Texas, as we always refer to it on Un Trio Talk. And so, you know, kind of being El Paso has been a large city. It's always bigger than those cities that were like Midland, Odessa, and Fort Stockton. But it also had because it's kind of isolated by itself, it's also had a small town mentality. You know, it's had a small town mentality where it used to be in the 90s when I graduated from high school, is that the only way to become successful or to be somebody in this world is you had to leave El Paso to go to another city right after high school and then stay away, you know, and just be successful in the LA, Chicago, you know, New York, Dallas even. You had to leave to be successful. That was the mentality of El Pasoans. But I think in the last 20 years, there's been a shift. There's been a shift where now there are so many, you know, high school students that know they can graduate from UTEP or they can go to college somewhere else, but they want to come back to El Paso. They want to come back and they want to help their community. And there's money to be made, and you can be successful and change your family tree by coming back. And I think that's really, you know, as parents, we all want to make sure that our kids have a better life than we did, right? That's the goal. And I think the mentality, you know, when it comes to small towns or small town mentality is, in order for me to have my kids have a better life than I did, I have to leave. But I think now people are realizing all over West Texas, including El Paso, including Midland and Fort Stockton and everywhere, is that you can stay in your community. Maybe you go for college, you get experience out in the world, but you can come back and you can change, you can make change, and you can change your family tree. You know, you can actually change things that maybe you couldn't change as a child, but as an adult, you can make your life better for your kids. And I think it's a beautiful thing because we know we love where we're from and we want to come back. Like you said, for 13 years, you've tried to go back because you know you can help out. Nunie, I'm sure, I mean, you've been all over the world. You've traveled way more than we have. And you know that there are some good people in Fort Stockton, in that West Texas area, at Alpine, and Marfa, and all those areas. There are good people that just need that opportunity, right? And I think it's about opportunity and giving them the opportunity, because once you give it to them, then things can change. And I think that's kind of what happened with me, is that I knew that I know I want to stay in El Paso for the rest of my life. You know, I have best friends that live in Dallas, and one lives in Lubbock and one in Austin, and I wanted to live over there. I lived over there for 3 or 4 years. Like I said, I always say all the cool kids are living out there. But when I came back, I know I'm going to stay in El Paso for the rest of my life. I know that I found the industry that I'm going to be in for the rest of my life, the company that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. So I have found that, and I think there are more and more people that are finding that. But I just feel like that's where it's changed.
Yeah, I remember the first time that we did that Texas tour, the one we were talking about on episode 3. If you haven't seen episode 3, go back and check it out. But you know, we went from Dallas to South Padre Island, back to New Braunfels, and then to Fort Stockton. And yeah, it's a whole thing that was explained in episode 3. But I remember talking on, you know, with the event that we had there and the Black Gold team, is that you know, I have traveled, I have gone to different countries and different parts of the world, and I've always come back to Fort Stockton and talked to business owners, talked to people who had businesses, who had this, because, you know, sometimes, like you were saying, Nick, there's bigger opportunities that are happening in the bigger cities that it takes time for the smaller towns to realize or understand, right? I remember when we were talking there in Fort Stockton, when we were all there, that I've always come back to Stockton. I've always come back. I always will. My parents are still there. I've always come back and sit down with certain business people, or even just in general, if it was a subject to help my mom and dad, right, or our family, and make light on some of the bigger realizations that you can find in bigger cities, right? And so I think that this is what we're doing now, bringing back with our own company, coming back to Fort Stockton and El Paso and all over West Texas, and showing, what normally you would get in bigger cities and bigger metropolitan areas, right?
And bro, I'd say that's the thing that I'm even realizing, because I've been coming back, and of course you got your friends, some friends there, the family there, but now I'm seeing the guys we went to school with actually opening up businesses there. They're successful in Fort Stockton, to where it was before. It's like what Nick said, we had to leave. I left right out. I never forget what the month after I graduated high school, I left to Dallas, literally just split, and never came back. I mean, just to visit family. But when I was gone, I was gone. And now coming back, Nunie, you remember we did a little drive around to Fort Davis. We went to Marfa, Apple. We just took a whole day drive over there, and I saw some of the greatest things that when I was a kid, you just never appreciated that until as an adult you see, and you're thinking, man.
Yeah. It's really about appreciation, and and we take things for granted, but it's also, I think that the mentality is changing. I think that when you start giving opportunity to people, your eyes open up, right? And we talked the last time about you having the great vision, Anthony. And I think you can have vision in business, but you can also have vision in life.
Yeah.
Right. You're able to see things differently. Bomberay has always been there, but as an adult and as a parent, as a husband now, you see Bomberay very different. Big Ben, the same thing. Things like that. I think in general, as just an adult or as a human, you take things for granted. But I think having that vision and making sure you're surrounding yourself with people that have that vision is what really helps you in life. I think that's where the difference is that if you can surround yourself with people that have a vision just like that, a bigger vision than yours, then you're always going to be bouncing off each other, right? Because then you can stretch your vision. And I don't mean that just in business. I think that's in life. I think that's as a parent, as a husband. I think every aspect of life requires vision, and I think that's what we're talking about today.
And I love. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. I love how no matter where we go, no matter how big we've gotten, no matter starting our own companies, we never forget where we come from.
Yeah.
And we have always come back. We always kind of help people. We kind of, we get helped as well. We go back and we sit down, we talk to our parents, they give us certain wisdom. We talk to certain family members, and there's that wisdom, there's the experiences that they have already experienced that we haven't yet. And we come back with a bigger knowledge of, okay, all right, this is what we need to prepare for. This is what we need to do. And when we put that in business together, you just keep coming back and you just never forget. You don't forget.
And it's fun.
It's fun. And what I'm excited about is that we're going to be talking to a lot of our friends, our family, people that we grew up with, people that were, that took care of us when we were young, and now we're older, and now we're going to be taking care of them in a way, that they're listening to us because things have changed. And there are different, especially when it comes to our business that we're doing. And that's what I'm really excited about. And so when you talk about the Un Trio, and that's why it was funny what you said, because I was literally about to say the same thing, is we've traveled the world and seen some of the most beautiful places. But man, being in the group, it's like sometimes it's not almost where you go, it's who you go with. So it's me and my wife just enjoying each other, going to go see the family, and then with the family and everybody there, and then doing the thing that we love, which is our business. And so that's what I'm excited, because man, it's those feelings weren't the same feelings 13 plus years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we get to do it, and you know, I get to see my brother again. And now it's not virtual. I get to see my brother again. I get to see my parents again. And especially to this pandemic, man, especially to this tough time where it is, you know, tough, where, you know, we're that tight where things are about to burst. You don't know what's about to happen. We're blessed to be able to go see the people we care about, we love, and just kind of release a little bit of that while doing what we love. So I'm dude, I can't wait, man. We're about to roll out here the next day to do some great things, man, and to see and have another story about golf one of those days that we have free.
Is there a golf course in Fort Stockton?
Man, it
sounded like, man, let me think about that.
Dude, I'm not gonna be honest, man. It is August 2020. I haven't played on that thing since August of 1999, something like that. So. Okay. Dude, I haven't played that since I was in high school, and that was 20 plus years ago. That's 20 years ago, man. So
nice. That's cool.
There is a golf course. Yeah, there was. That's all I know about it. There's a golf course down there. Yeah.
So cool. Well, that's and I'm excited for you guys. You guys let me know if you need some help, whether it's with your hybrid, your pitching wedge.
We need help.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we need help. I'll let you. I'm gonna call you.
I know you're putting. You know, you tell me about your golf game. You tell me what you shoot. I know you're putting. There's a lot of 3-putts that are going on.
Jesus,
now, I will tell you on those courses that are, you know, in Fort Stockton and Midland, Odessa, they have tougher greens because they're not as flat and they don't roll as true sometimes. If those
I'm excited for that.
Smaller courses, so just be aware of that. But no, I'm excited. You guys know, you guys can call me and let me know if you want me to head up there in a minute's notice, and I'm absolutely there to help you out for whatever you need. So. I just kind of want to close this out. I want to thank everybody for joining us today on our episode 4. We'll look forward to seeing some video. I hope you guys can get some video out there while you're in Fort Stockton, and maybe we'll be able to share it here on episode 5.
Absolutely.
Think, you know, I think our audience kind of seeing what we do and where we go. I think we'll kind of tie in, you know, going back to Fort Stockton and showing some awesome video of that would be cool. Maybe the 3 of us can get on a video too. So I want to thank you guys for joining us. You know, I appreciate all of you watching. If this is your first time watching this episode, I encourage you to go back to episode 1, 2, 3. Kind of understand what are these 3 this trio, why are they talking to each other, who are they? Gives you kind of a background. But I look forward to you guys joining us in our journey, and that's really what it is. It's just a matter of documenting our journey, what we have been doing, what we're going to do, you know, what we're doing right now. So I want to thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next episode.
Later, brothers.
Later, Nick.
We'll see you soon, man.
All right, brothers. All right.